Oh,
Hello, hello
I see
everyone.
his
This is
router blinking in the background.
hello everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for the Amazing Scale Modelers. Across the pond Hangout. And Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and to celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the largest and fastest growing community of its kind on Google Plus. Currently, we have 1,934. That's 1,934 members, most of which are very active. I mean, it's funny. I hope you guys can relate when you post something, and in a few hours, you'll look for your post, and it's already down, way down,
Yeah.
way down the list. And today, joining us are members of Amazing Scale Modelers and some of the best internet stalkers and trolls that the internet can offer, and who would like to speak about their scale modeling hobby. And if you just want to put it out there, if you're watching and you want to join us, or you can always send me a message, a IM, to me at Scratch and Jack, and I will invite you, and then we can make fun of you. No, not really, but we'll talk to you. Today we have joining us Bob. Bob is awake.
Really,
How you doing, Bob? What you doing?
really early in the morning.
Yeah, being in Illinois, yeah, it would be earlier in the morning for you. Yes, 7 in the morning.
Three. Not Illinois. Made a major purchase this week. Silly putty.
Silly putty. That's out for Easter then.
No, that's for masking.
Oh, I see. And what do you use silly putty for?
For masking off for painting.
Uh-huh.
And
I've used Play-Doh, and it works pretty good too, but it doesn't adhere as well.
Working on my P38 for the box stock community build.
Nice.
And I just got the paint on her late last night, early this morning.
Uh-huh.
Wait a second here. Start up. There's a few of the detail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's looking nice.
That we're working on. That's part of the wheels and the supercharger there.
Wow.
Landing gear bay doors.
Wow.
In black before the silver went on.
And Bob's traditional backdrop, his keyboard.
My old computer, old dirty computer.
Wow. Oh, there you go. Can you zoom in on the console there, the dashboard, or what is it called in an airplane? Instrument panel?
Instrument panel.
Instrument panel.
That's
Very nice. Look at it. Really cool. Really cool. Wow.
There's a seat painted on.
There you go. Flash. Cool. There's always that olive drab inside those airplanes. Was it just made from that material or painted that way?
It's painted with a zinc chromate.
Yeah.
To help against oxidation. This is the nose. I actually drilled out the guns on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the sub-assemblies. But that's, you know.
Uh-huh.
There we go. That's what we're working on.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. You're an all-around modeler. You profess proficiency in many types of models: cars, trains, planes, and what is it? Trains, planes, and automobiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a few ones that don't even work in zero gravity too. There you go. The shampoo station.
Shampoo bottle.
The shampoo
I have
bottle.
opened pages before.
Well, you know, I was perusing eBay, and Model Man Tom is selling his glow-in-the-dark Star Trek Enterprise, or actually it's the Defiant.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah, but he's the one who lit it, and it's famous on YouTube videos. I think his bid is starting at $60. So you know, I just happened to see that. I don't have any thumbnail to show anybody right now, but that's what came to mind when you brought up that shampoo bottle. That would be the Leaf Erickson, or the UFO.
Yeah.
UFO, interplanetary UFO,
Mystery UFO.
ship, or
Well,
the,
it was kind of odd because I thought UFOs were more saucer shaped, but that's me.
yeah.
Next up, let's go over to Phil. How you doing, Phil?
I'm good. I'm good. And what have I been doing? Nothing.
Well, you know what? I haven't been either, but I have a reason. But you
Stole my
have
answer.
I'm actually building my German 4x2 3-ton truck for my Dora diorama and fuel drums.
Fuel drums.
I got fuel drums. So I put
Phil, where'd you get those fuel drums?
the Tamiya kit came with 5. That's that kit.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
135th, and while I was shopping for that, I was shopping for bits and pieces, and I came across is it AFV Club? Little fuel drums and jerry cans kit.
Oh.
Nice.
Wow.
That was at Model Link or Scale Hobbyist. Model Link, one of the other. Hang on.
Scale.
Might have been Scale Hobbyist. Yeah. Yeah, that was like $20 for that, and you get.
Phil, what's the scale on those fuel drums?
135th. So you get 6 200-litre drums, 3 20-litre jerry cans, 3 10-litre jerry cans, and 3 10-litre jerry cans. so yeah, it's not a bad little kit.
I'm looking for something like that for my Batmobile, but
Yeah, could be worth it.
sad pickings around here.
When are you going to build that big monstrosity that you bought?
Well, that's what I'm actually working on. That's the dioramas outside. I haven't photographed. I put the mud on yesterday. Getting out in the sun to dry. I'll photograph that later on today because I wasn't 100% sure that I liked it. And I stuck the truck in it this morning in the mud, and it kind of looked okay. So I'm going to keep going with that. Yeah, once I get to that point with Dora, I guess I'll start it sometime today.
Nice. That will be interesting.
I've got to have 4 things on the go at once, and I'm down to 3, so I have to add something back in.
There's no room for boredom on your workbench, is there?
There's no room on my workbench. I'm working in like this little 6-inch space. I'm slow.
Well, I was just editing in my own mind as to what to say about that because I don't know. I mean, NSA might catch up onto that and put you on a terror list or something. It's only like 30-second skill. It's not like the actual thing, you know. What skill is that anyway?
Dora's 135th. So
135th. Yeah, I guessed it right.
Yeah,
It was 135th shells.
yeah. The 200 scale Missouri and the 200 scale Hornet and the Dora. Yes, I am building something of a model arsenal.
Yeah, and have it become an episode of the Sci-Fi Channel, how the internet ruined my life.
Mhm.
No, it's
Phil has the only model collection you can see from space.
Yeah.
When you're buying model by the pound, you have to admit you have a problem or what?
Sorry, Bob?
When you're buying your model by the pound, you have to admit to having a problem or.
Oh, yeah. Well, talking about by the pound, the Dora came 4 weeks early. I wasn't expecting it until now. And the day I got home, it's sitting on the front porch, and I went to lift it. I thought, holy jeez. I couldn't carry it down the stairs to the basement. I had to slide it down the stairs.
model by the pound. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely. Heavy
But that's a metal model, isn't it?
No. The metal is the company name. The only metal in it is the extruded aluminum railway tracks. It is plastic. But it's the thickest styrene you've ever seen.
So moving on. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine there, Jack.
Are you done with your tank?
No, not yet. I
But
should be able to get it done by the end of next week.
This would be your second out of the comfort zone build?
No, this is the same one that I've been working on for the last few weeks. And for the last week and a half, I've been mostly working on machine guns.
Oh dear. Okay. Good.
So let's just get it up here.
Good shot. Okay. Screen share for me.
Okay. So because I didn't like the ones that were with the kit, I had this template in my inventory.
Oh.
And decided to use it to replace the 30 cal. So it produced that in scale, which is not a bad representation of 30 cal. Then I had to go and
I was.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was seeing the toothpick behind it as part.
Oh, the toothpick, yeah. So, looks a lot better than the basic cylinder and box structure that they originally had.
That's neat.
He had a machine gun template. It kind of cracks me up about modeling. I mean,
yeah.
You can switch things out in accordance to your taste, or if it's if your original kit is not as accurate. Yeah. I was just explaining to you about this guy who has these videos correcting kits.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, look at that.
It's
really cool.
So the mount, I had to, the mount is all totally scratched.
Yeah. See, that's the point too. You can scratch your own. Wow. Superb work, and it probably weighs 2 ounces as opposed to.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
Tons.
Now this is what we're like on the last few days. With the 30 cal done, now I got to build a 50 cal. Now this is going to take a lot more scratch work. I was able to use the receiver from the 30 cal and scale it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I get for my 50 cal.
Oh, there you go. Really nice. And pre-painted, already weathered.
Yeah, except for the addition, I've had to paint an addition. The cocking handle is scratch built, as well as the grips at the back, and the barrel is scratch built. And
that is really cool. Oh, there's the handles. Yeah, you're showing this, and since I built a tank recently, I can really relate to what you're doing here.
Yeah.
And oh wow, all paper. Weighs not even a couple of ounces.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, and so what I've been working on now is I have been trying to replicate that,
Oh dear. Oh yeah. A
which
cannon.
is the mount.
Is that a? Oh, okay.
That's the
All right.
mount for the 50 cal.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So what I have so far, if
Oh, put your hand behind it. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that.
yeah.
Sweet.
Hmm.
So that's that, and I've got the yoke, which I was working on last night.
Hmm. Uh-huh. Huh.
So that's what I've been up to.
Really cool. Really cool. What was it you did for the out of your comfort zone?
This is where I'll cover the tank because I haven't built one in 15 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's been a long while since I built a tank. So I figured, why not?
All right, cool. And how you doing, Lou?
I'm doing wonderfully. How you doing, everybody?
Oh, I'm getting better.
It is. It is springtime in Raleigh, and that means yard work is calling. So I haven't done a lot of modeling. I've been working in the yard, but I've been working on. Put my hand behind it. The Bandai X-wing.
Nice.
And on the details as opposed to using the decals.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the wee body for it. But I'll get that knocked out this weekend and then look at maybe starting the Big Eagle next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's pretty much it. Sorry to say. Good night, everybody.
When you said springtime in Raleigh, it reminded me of the Broadway play, Thus the Movie, The Producers.
Yeah, it doesn't feel all that different here than that.
Right. And you said something. You're retiring, and you're putting an addition to the house.
Yes, I'm retiring in 9
weeks.
And I'll never see the sunlight again.
Yep. And you're building a room with no windows. Will this room have 2 windows?
2 windows.
Two windows.
One on either.
How big are they?
One on either wall.
Are they going to be big enough to put light inside it?
Actually, well, the room is being built as a display space. I'm going to be filling the inside walls with glass cabinets and stuff, so no sense putting a window there. It's just going to take display cabinets. I'm sorry, I seem to be on a horrible delay here.
Oh yeah, you're not on a delay. You're chopping up a little bit, but you're putting up cabinets, right? Got that far. I was just inviting Randall.
I don't want to have windows on.
It's Randall's fault. Oh my gosh, I glued the mat to the. Never mind. I just noticed I just glued my work mat onto my table.
You won't slide.
I don't know how that happened. Anyway, boy, I'm having a lot of trouble with glue here. I got my keyboard glued to the table.
Okay, I'm using glue on it.
So sorry to distract. Anyway, I am working to, put time aside from my work to go to places like Louisville and Jersey for these conventions such as Wonderfest and Jersey Fest. So you're going to Wonderfest and you're going to have a booth or just going to hang out?
I'm just going to hang out.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's my. I go there once a year and I just soak it in.
You just soak it all in. So what's
I was in a booth. I wouldn't be able to see anything.
cool. Yeah, I gotta go. I think I would have too much fun. I would have too much fun, and I have to put time aside coming back to recover. That's how kind of fun I have. So, how you doing, Randall?
Hey, Jack, how's everybody? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Your Easter egg. He's got his Easter egg.
He's got his Easter egg. Yeah. Will it come hatch and attach to our faces?
Well, I hope not. Well, actually, see, I'm the only one here in this room. Like, I mean, I'm going to be the victim, but there you go. So if you see me disappearing, sharp issues went wrong.
It's funny you should say, bring it up for Easter. It's the way the church makes Catholics.
Oh dear, and Nathan isn't here to defend himself. No. Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Just making an egg. Just laying an egg.
Still working away on my out of the comfort zone bit.
Oh, you're Super 7?
Yeah.
Nice. It's so neat and clean and wonderful. Look at that.
Oh, it's clean and wonderful looking now, but I just know I'm going to screw up somewhere along the line. It's on the last few steps.
Well, you know.
It's on the last few steps, and that's notoriously where things tend to go wrong.
Did you participate in out of your comfort zone build?
Yep, this is it.
That's it.
This is out of the comfort zone build. This is my first ever car model.
Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm bringing it up because we're going to introduce the next one today. And is that it, Randall?
Yep, that's it. Afraid so.
All right. Really cool. I have been under the weather. Plus, I have a house to shake off. So last week I went over to fill about 10 garbage bags full. We're talking not the lawn bags, but big garbage bags full of trash. And we're just doing a lot of work outside of modeling. And this week I got a little ill again. But James tells me the bronchitis never leaves. So my second out of comfort zone, the motorcycle got as far as this. I was so overjoyed when I saw the sprues saying, "Oh my gosh, there's only 3 sprues." Yeah, there were 3 sprues of tiny little parts.
Lots of tiny little parts, yeah.
So I got as far as that, and I have the body. This is 2 halves, and I think I hid in the seam rather well.
Well, that's looking good.
Yeah, if it's down I can't see it at all.
The seat is a separate piece. I haven't glued it down yet, but I will.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, enough. I am now working with trying to shine this up, gloss it, and so far this is what the front fender looks like. I don't know if it's going to focus. Very nice.
Very nice.
That's looking
but
good.
it is a little grainy.
Oh, Jack, you got to put the Easter Bunny up for a minute for people to watch the video.
There you go. Oh my God.
Can you bring it up? Just click on it so that because the viewers won't be able to. They'll only see the little thumbnail.
Yeah, well, I'm bringing it up. I have the Pro Studio, and I have clicked on it. Can you zoom in on there, Lou?
Let me see. There you go.
Fill your frame there. There you go.
That's brilliant.
Happy Easter, all. Okay, enough.
Yeah, back to the Ducati.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jack. I just was reminded of that and had to go find it.
I see. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyhow, I'm finding I'm experimenting with this stuff, Minwax polyacrylic.
I use that on wood. I've never thought of using that on a model.
Yeah. I want high gloss, but like I said, this is coming out a little grainy, like the floor wax comes out a little grainy.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. Can you see the graininess to it? I mean,
if anything, it looks like a candy coating.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. I mean, yeah, because like a candy apple is perfectly flat, but it has like underneath it has somewhat of a texture. Running my finger over it, it is pretty smooth. I don't feel a texture, but it does seem to have a texture to it.
What if you took What if you took a very high buff, like a 2000 sandpaper, and just buffed over top of that? You think it would knock down that texture you're worried about?
I'm thinking that perhaps it might. I'm thinking of using toothpaste on it.
Okay.
I'm thinking of using toothpaste on it too. I don't know. It's kind of odd because it is a much higher gloss than I'm used to, but it does seem like it has a texture to it. So I don't know. We'll see. I didn't shake up the jar, knowing that because I used this stuff on a plank of wood to make a shelf. It came out relatively shiny.
Right.
But it's not like a small model piece that you look at and it's a smaller area and it brings up the imperfections of it.
Yeah, I'm worried about how big the particulates are in it. Yeah.
Right, because when I use the acrylic floor wax, it does have particulates in it. The floor wax that I have, it's just right here. It's this is a Home Depot brand.
Yeah.
But the problem with this is that it's a satin finish.
Yeah.
Satin. And this does have particulates in it. And I put it in a small jar, very similar to this, and let it sit for a week. And then just carefully dip my paintbrush on the surface. And it seems to work just fine for my cars. This is a lot of red. I have been using a lot of red. This is a satin finish, and it doesn't have that graininess to it, but it's not a high gloss.
Right.
So I am experimenting with different material, and the polyacrylic looks promising, but I got to find a way to buff it. And I asked James, how about Jeweler's Rouge, and apparently they come in very different grits too. So I wouldn't even know where to begin to find Jeweler's Rouge. Yeah, old-fashioned hardware store would have it.
Or a machinist shop.
Machine shop.
If you got a machinist, store around.
There it is.
Like a Busy Bee or something like that.
Well, I guess I would have.
I'm thinking of that little block that sometimes you get when you buy Dremel pinwheels.
Yeah.
Don't they have in there too?
Winnie the Pooh was my favorite as a kid.
Oh, bother. Yes. Billy in his room.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Piglet's just like, oh my, what do I do? Oh my.
Dear.
Okay, what was that, Lou? I'm sorry. I just had to.
No, I was just saying. I'm thinking of that little paste that comes with buffing wheels, the Dremel buffing wheels.
You can buy, yeah, you can buy that the Dremel Jeweler's Rouge. You can buy it as a secondary, as an optional item at the hardware store.
There you go. I have a Dremel. That should work. But I don't know. I've experienced Dremel and paint jobs. It takes the paint right off. What's that?
I use the turtle wax.
Turtle wax.
Scratch
Oh, the
remover.
scroll. Yeah, that's got. Yeah, you can use that too. Yeah.
Just buff it with that.
That's got a grit to it.
Yeah, but it's real light. I mean, you can really control it. A little bit on a soft. I use these yellow.
Use the soft cloths. Yeah.
Chamois cloths.
Yeah, I got to experiment with this, and I have found the Dremel will be too. I can't do it delicately. I have to, just get right in there.
Oh, to use the buffing wheel, you're probably going to buff right through the paint into the plastic.
Right.
Well, I didn't necessarily say use the Dremel. I just said use the wax that comes with it.
Yeah,
that's
just
true.
the polishing compound that comes with the Dremel.
True.
Yeah.
Just put it on a cloth.
Don't use the Dremel itself. Or, a Q-tip or something and work it into the corners.
Right. Well, so first I'm going to try the toothpaste. I did use it on a floor wax, on a satin floor wax. It did work, as satin can get polished.
It's a toothpaste. It's a floor wax. It's a toothpaste.
It did smooth the surface, but of course it was a satin finish. It stayed a satin finish. But we'll try that first, because it sure as hell smells better than turtle wax.
I've got a dumb question. Why wouldn't you just finish it with a high gloss acrylic clear coat lacquer?
Yeah.
And rather than having to polish it.
This would be it. I thought this would be it right here.
You go down to the AutoZone and buy a rattle can of acrylic lacquer, which is the clear top coat.
Bill, that's too easy.
Oh, okay, sorry. I told you it was a stupid question.
It's not a stupid question. I think you got a point there. I mean, they do have the gloss finishes and
they
stuff.
make products just for that.
The weather is not. Tomorrow will be much better. Tomorrow is going to be in the mid to high here. Spring has been playing cat and mouse, so. Yeah, I think James can relate to that. He's in the same. No, you're not quite the same latitude, but you're the same longitude, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do, and not be sick and hack up a lung every now and again, Anyway, the next build for the community, I thought long and hard about it, and the sci-fi people said, you got to do something sci-fi. Well, okay. I figure this. The next build would be a movie or television vehicle that does not use wheels to operate.
Non-wheeled vehicle.
Well, it could be an airplane has wheels, but it doesn't need wheels to operate. So it'd be Baa Black Sheep would be that TV show, and get the P. What is it? The P. It was a Mustang, wasn't it?
No, Baa Black Sheep was Corsairs.
Corsairs, yeah.
Oh, Corsair. Okay. That's
Blade
right.
Runner cars. Yeah.
Blade Runner cars. They are hover cars. They don't need wheels to operate. So a movie or television show vehicle that does not need wheels to operate, and that leaves out the the General Lee and what was that? Trans Am. Knight
General Lee is
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, and there's one other, the cartoon, the Japanese cartoon. Speed Racer.
Oh, Speed Racer.
The General Lee is sci-fi. It's documentary.
So that will be the next, it will be movie, TV, vehicle without wheels. So there you go, sci-fi people. How's that? So everybody can participate. They don't have to do sci-fi. Ah, look at this. Yeah, one of the model kits that I melted. Yeah, that's it. Because I was trying to light that sucker, and I was able to do it. It was actually small little work, but I was able to light up the warp engines. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for the, what is it, the 50th anniversary of Star Trek?
Yeah.
This year, coming up. The pilot was first filmed in '66. And and the Smithsonian is, when is the Smithsonian going to be done with that model? Lou?
This year was
We're supposed to have it ready in July.
In July.
We're supposed to have it ready for unveiling in July. Yeah.
I will avoid the crowds and not go this year. I'll probably go next year, just to see that. That will be a nice day trip, actually. That's what I do. Do it a day trip and to see it. Because I do believe they have metered parking right in front of the Air and Space Museum.
They do. And it's free on the weekends, as far as I remember.
Oh, really?
You could do that. In the same year, or around the same time.
Yeah, so that will be the next build. It has to be a movie, TV vehicle that does not primarily work on wheels. And because we did the last one before the out of your comfort zone, and I never got to build it, was the Mad Max build. And if you want to do the Mad Max build, sure, go right ahead.
But it depends on wheels.
Isn't there one that was on treads?
Yeah, but it still has wheels that run the tracks.
The wheels and the treads go round and round.
Well, this is very true, but...
Didn't Tony have in one of the Mad Max movies?
It's your rule. It's got wheels and treads. It can't operate without the wheels.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's putting out the car builders. What do you think?
You could do the gyrocopter.
It's the gyrocopter from Mad Max.
But don't they have the Jetsons car?
Snowboarder. The Jetsons car doesn't have.
Oh, that's right. I think there is a model kit that's the Jetsons. Is there a snap kit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this would be for the primarily car and truck builders to do something out of their comfort zone, is what it is.
Yeah.
Because I find that, and maybe I'm going to stir some controversy by saying this, but model railroaders and car builders don't really go outside of their genre. No, that's just got to read. What do you think, Bob? You would know better.
Well, I build everything.
Well, you build everything, but you do hang with the primary car builders a lot, do you not?
I do about 3 cars a year.
3 cars a year. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to Carlin. He was the one that does all the cars.
And you did a car too, Lou.
I did. I was so proud.
Of course, it was a Batmobile.
Yeah, well.
All right. I'm trying to get my computer to cooperate with me, and yeah, it doesn't want to cooperate. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm going to do is screen shares. There was something that caught my eye. Now I can't remember what it was. You always draw a blank when I come to do this show. Go figure. I'm not prepared. Maybe I should write these things down.
Oh, don't do anything like that.
Then you forget the list.
All right. Talks amongst yourselves while I try to figure this out.
And arguing with the piping on the...
Oh, yeah. Firewall.
Yeah.
I'm trying. There we go.
Oh, you put a piping around it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
I'm kind of regretting painting the actual back of it. This is the backrest. I'm sort of regretting painting it before I glued the piping on it.
Uh-huh.
I thought I would save myself a bit of fiddly paint work. So I finished up with fiddly gluing instead.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting there. Can you see it?
Which brings to something that was brought up. There was a member that bought the tester's paint in a variety pack and the tester's red tube glue that we all know. He said he had to drive far and wide to get it from Hobby Lobby. What kind of glue are you using there, Randall, to do that piping?
Tamiya extra thin.
Oh, Tamiya. Everything's Tamiya.
Yeah, well, the kit's Tamiya and the plastic's Tamiya. So.
It's the same thing. Jay was going to come in today, but it's the same thing as this stuff here. It's the Plastistruck also is the same stuff. What is this?
Yeah.
It just says ABS styrene, butyrate, and acrylic. Is it what it melts and welds together?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think people put down a red tube too much. They're the 10X.
That's what I prefer.
Yeah. I still, you know what? I think those glues come in handy in certain situations, but I always use the red tube. I am the red tube user. Oh, Jack, you're such an amateur. So
I just don't have the control.
Nothing wrong with the red tube.
I don't have the control with the application that I get with the 10X.
Well, it's interesting you'd say that.
It's the residue, too.
Yeah. I was watching, I was just telling James earlier before coming on, I was watching this guy on YouTube, Paul, anyway, he does very professional videos. It's obvious that he scripts it and narrates his videos. And he uses a lot of dental acrylic to actually seam difficult things together, because he was cutting the hull of a battleship to make the sides narrower. And I thought that was very interesting, using dental acrylic to adhere two pieces together. But he mixes the stuff and he applies it like glue. He uses like a tool to apply it, like a little spatula to apply it. And I think at times that if you can't buy the 10X and the Plastistruck liquid, the thin liquid stuff, or the Tamiya liquid stuff, you can always use a toothpick. Just put out a glob on a pallet and just use a toothpick to apply it. I think that the tester's red tube is disdained. I don't know why. I would think because it creates these awful seams. It has. If you learn how to use anything, whether it be a tool or a material, you always can come out with professional. This has been glued together with the testers. These are two sides, and I put them together. And when it finally cured, I used a hobby knife to cut off the excess, and then I used sandpaper.
I think that's the advantage using that kind of glue, is because whenever you do squeeze the seams together and it does bead out like that, it's pretty much the same plastic. It's just melted. So whenever you come to sanding it down, you don't worry about the seam being a different color or anything like that that would show under a coat, especially
this is just as you're saying. This is the underside.
Yeah.
So just focus.
Yeah.
This is the liquid cement.
Clearly you can see this.
In it.
Yeah, clearly you can see the seam there. Okay, on the underside.
Right.
And I don't use a lot of it. You can see with that popping up there, it's not a lot of glue. And you scrape it once it's cured, and then you sand it, and it looks that good. Oh, I can see under the seat too. You can see the seam under the seat because I didn't finish it off because it's going to cover up on the seat. But the back fender.
To me, it's a question of the curing time.
When you run out of your $12 bottle of 10X and Tamiya and whatever, you go to Home Depot and you buy a can which has a quart, 32 fluid ounces, for $9 of handy strip, and it contains methylene chloride, primary ingredient, methanol, toluene, and acetone, which is pretty well what you got in those little expensive bottles. So there's
This is the box. This isn't the contents. I use the MEK.
Yep. So
I use the MEK same as you do.
Yep. It's the only way.
I just those bottles to make you move around.
Well, yeah, they're very good actually, but my problem is I got my testers and the brush is a little big. I think I need to trim my brush or use a thinner brush for it, but
I only use the liquid stuff when I don't have a choice. But when I was a kid, I used to use a tube of this per model kit.
Well, I'm with you, Jack. I still have. I don't buy the tube anymore. I buy this more handy dispenser.
Right.
But I probably I will use this on heavier plastic pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like on the Dora, I will use a gallon of this stuff because the liquid stuff just won't burn into the plastic enough. It needs, it needs more time.
Yeah, you need more.
I just use the MEK and I use these as brushes to apply it.
Are those little ones from like Hobby Lobby with the tiny little brush on the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, they last forever.
Well, and this is going to make a lot of modelers screech in their seats. I use the standby Q-tips. You have to be very careful with this because once it starts fraying, you got to throw it away. You don't want it to fray. I have tried all kinds of brands and whatnot, and I had found the generic variety, not the brand name Q-tip, but the generic variety, much tighter spun on the end, and it doesn't fray as easy. And I don't drag it, I dab it, and it seems to work much better.
I swore I would never do this, but I actually bought a packet of the Tamiya modeling Q-tips to do some weathering because they got that gorgeous sharp point on them.
Just buy the makeup ones. You just buy the makeup ones in the beauty store.
They have them like this in the beauty store as well?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And this time I bought the plastic Q-tip. I'll cut the tip off on an angle, and it becomes, I just use my hobby knife.
Is it hollow, Jack? You can do something with it?
See, I cut it off in an angle. And this is the plastic one. It's just hollow, and this works rather well. I even painted this. I haven't painted this way on this model because there's some little tiny little parts that need to be painted the tester's gold, and I couldn't see using a paintbrush for it, even a fine tip paintbrush for it. I just use this. So I can even use it for glue because it is plastic and it's pretty impervious. This kind of plastic is relatively impervious to the tester's red tube glue, and I use it to apply small films of glue. So yeah, I think the whole controversy, there's no controversy, it's just a discussion about Tamiya. Tamiya is so great. I don't think Tamiya is as great as people say it is. Because this, again, I go back to this guy, an older gentleman, does his work very professional, and he uses the Tamiya glue. He does brush it on, but I was just fascinated to see he uses a lot of dental acrylic. It's like, huh.
Jack, you know the best part about the Tamiya
imagine because
extra finish right here. You got the tiny little applicator brush. That's
nice.
That's why I have it. This no longer has Tamiya extra thin in it. It's a long since gone.
Well, that just comes to the point, though. Why you just not use acetone? Acetone would just do the same job, wouldn't it, Phil?
There are varying grades of styrene, and sometimes acetone's not strong enough, and you'll find that generally methylene chloride is better. But yeah, acetone will work fine, not a problem. But I use a mix of it, so it doesn't really matter what. Sorry, Lou?
Sometimes you get acetone to stop working, though.
That's true.
if the plastic is very thin, the acetone can go straight through it.
Well, I've noticed the one thing, the characteristic of acetone, more humid the air around it, slower it dissipates, slower it evaporates. And it is hard to control. I would say, yeah, acetone would be very hard to control.
If I was going to use just a single liquid, because methylene chloride's very expensive to buy pure, just a single liquid, I would just use lacquer thinner.
Lacquer thinner. Well, you know, Jay Barron says, yeah, the quart of the methylene chloride would be expensive to buy one time, but he says you fill those little bottles up with it, it'll last you a very, very long time. Cost per bottle of 10x, it's much more effective. Lacquer thinner, there you go.
And you have to buy methylene chloride online. I don't think you can get it at the general store.
No, I think you have to buy it at a professional paint shop.
You can get it at Lowe's.
Can you?
Yeah.
Any hardware store will have it.
I've actually not seen it neat at Lowe's. The closest I saw was the that stripper. But anyway,
that's because in the states of California and New York, it's been found it causes cancer in lab rats.
Yes,
so you know what I say to lab rats? Don't go to California and get cancer.
Yeah. by that logic, cats should be illegal in California because they can kill lab rats.
That's true. They'll get cancer eating the lab rats. So anyway, we've been sitting here for a good number of minutes, and just before we came on the air, I did touch up my, and it's starting to cure very nicely, fender of the Ducati. And it looks really nice on camera, I mean, but in person, there's a little graininess to it. So we'll see. I'll pull out my Pepsodent.
That stuff will level out a bit too as it dries. So.
It does. I think that's a good point. That's a good point. So I've also used it on this front guard here, and I didn't really tamper much with it. I just put one layer on there. Again, it doesn't want to focus. Okay. There we go. There, focused.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So you get the light to hit on it. Yeah, that looks much better. You're right about it. Now, this isn't hardly any graininess to it. So I think perhaps the technique here is to put, the fender has a lot thicker coat on it, and this part has a lot thinner of a coat on it. It looks like the lot thinner works better. So there you have it. Anyhow, anything more to add? I think somebody has my idea here. There's a 19. 1119. It is 916. Frank C. On the theme of motorcycles and shine. Frank had shared this.
Ooh, nice.
Is that the same kit you're building?
That's $11.99.
Mine's a 916. This is $11.99. Yeah. It's a Tamiya kit, no doubt. Let's go back to that. I'd like to do the merciless zoom. This is as far as I'll zoom. Very cool.
Yeah.
See, I can't get this color on the front fork. I can't get this color. I don't know. I'm not using Tamiya paint, and Tamiya is saying to use their paints to get the right color. I'm using testers and Vallejo.
What color are you underpainting it with? Like a silver and then a yellow on top, or?
The yellow don't work. I've already tried that, and it becomes a sickening green. When you put chrome and yellow together, it becomes a sickening green. Go figure. Well, that's a Vallejo paint. I'm not using Tamiya paints. Maybe I think for Tamiya builds, perhaps I'm going to have to use Tamiya paints, because I can't get the right see the fork. The fork is very brassy, not very gold-like.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it is what it is. And who else? Oh, I didn't even know this even was a model kit. I don't even know who this is. I must be a pretty poor kid growing up, because there's a lot of things I don't know, and this is one of them.
That's brand new.
Oh, Crypto.
Crypto.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Super dog.
Yeah.
I watched Underdog, not Crypto.
No, Superboy's dog.
Yeah. Superboy. So Superman had a boy. Go figure.
It was cartoons.
No, Superman was a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard he was a fascist, though.
That's fascist.
Crypto-fascism.
And that says order online at culttvmanshops.com. So, oh, and our ADD builder, Dirk. Oh boy, yeah, I got this color too. This is a really nice color and he is building a car. Go figure too. Where am I? Here I am. Da da da. Da.
Yeah.
Mustang?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like from the 90s. Yeah, that's the decade they ruined the Mustang. They made it a subcompact car. I love this color.
Mm.
Isn't that cool?
There your candy coating, yeah.
Thanks for the share, Dirk. That was actually pretty good. Very cool. And there's there's a lot of things on our community that is just totally amazing. And since we've been on the stint of tanks, we have here McLean 187.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wayne put his up the other day too.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Fantastic mud effect there.
A mud effect, yep.
Yeah.
And I know he's using an iPhone. Turn the iPhone on its side. Oh, there you go. Look at that. That's a good iPhone picture.
He turned it on its side.
Yeah, he turned it on its side.
He did a video of how he made that base recently.
Oh yeah.
It's on. I think he has a YouTube channel. I came across it on the community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is all good work, and yeah, I did see that Wayne did post his tank too. I wonder whatever happened to Ken. He didn't ask for an invite, but miss him. Because I should say I am preparing myself mentally, emotionally to do scratch building. I feel so intimidated by it. I don't know why. I used to do that as a kid. It's just, I guess the convenience of a kid is something comforting, I suppose.
Well, it's certainly easier to scratch build something for an existing kit than to just start from nothing.
From scratch. Yeah.
I'm wanting to start from scratch. Oh, and Randall, you did share something, and I want to share for everybody because I just think it's phenomenally interesting, and we can certainly relate to.
Oh yeah.
Stash.
You're opening your own store. Congratulations.
Just come up to my attic. Come here, little boy. I want to take you to my attic and show you my stash.
The most expensive insulation you'll ever find.
Yeah, 100% polystyrene insulation. Yeah.
I can't imagine what the heat would do to that, though.
What's the offer?
It doesn't really get hot enough here for me to worry about. The roof itself is fairly well insulated, both inside and out. So, if anything, actually, I would go up to the loft just to cool off if we got a hot summer.
Love to have that.
Well, if you
spacecraft.
I would recommend, though, if you haven't already, just open those up and take the decals out of them.
Yeah, I think most of them have taken the decals out and store them separately.
Put them in a drawer somewhere separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So having said that, I've come across kits that I brought down from the stash I had for years up there, and the decals worked fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't take a picture of this stash because it's buried behind other stuff now. It's become part of the house.
Yeah.
But I am wanting to thin it out, and it's just a matter of, I promised Mike I would mail his battleship, his Hornet. But I don't know. Life is always getting in the way of modeling. It sucks.
Yeah.
So anyway, we did share some stuff from the community, and if this is your first time joining us for the Hangout and want to experience the past Hangouts, go to my YouTube channel, Scratch and Jack, and subscribe, and perhaps like, or if you dislike, it shows you that the amount of preparation that I have put into that is not worthwhile liking. And I'd like to thank all of our guests today, and it's the usual suspects, right? Thanks, Bob, for stopping by and staying awake long enough. Go to bed. You'll work overnight. You should get some rest because it's nothing's worse than blurry-eyed in models. James, thanks for stopping by, sharing your paper wizardry.
You're welcome.
And Lou, it's always been a pleasure having you on the show because your sense of humor is universal. Is that a good way of saying it?
I'll take it.
And Phil, and your sense of humor, you get your models in by the pound.
Mm-hmm.
And Randall is a little late, but thanks for joining us and showing us your stash up in the attic that doesn't get too hot. This is your host, Scratch and Jack. Join us tomorrow for the Sunday Hangout. Happy modeling, everyone.